To take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just hit it down like that. That knocks all the food out. Rinse it out in a little water and hang it up and let it dry. Now here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife, so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go around the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now this tool here, my dear friends, needs no introduction. This will save you on an average of $20 to $30 every year you use it as a peeling knife. Here's a grater for cheese, coconut, or horseradish, a fish scaler for scaling your fish, and when you're coring your apple, it's just a slight twist of the wrist, and there's the apple core. There's one more tool that I want you to see, and I want you to watch this one very closely. Many a times when you're baking a pie, you have a pudding in the oven. I've seen ladies wrap a towel around your hand, and many a times you burn your fingers. Hook this onto the pot like this and lift the hot pots off the top of the stove. You've got a pie pan in the oven, get a hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slices. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness. Every slice cut the same size. In making what they call a rosette, pull the vegetable out like this. Pin the ends together with a toothpick. Drop that potato into the hot fat and fry it. That will come out like a donut, golden brown. If you're serving a nice fish dinner, a little parsley goes in the center with the fish all around it, makes a very appetizing dish. Did you ever try to slice onions with a knife? You know how you get one thick slice and one thin slice? Run the knife through the center. That will separate each slice individual. Almost like magic, there is every slice cut exactly the same thickness and the same size. Wouldn't you like to have a set like this in your kitchen? Why, of course you would. Now don't forget, attend this theater every week and receive this 12-piece fascinating... Ladies and gentlemen, the management of this theater takes great pleasure in making this announcement. To each lady attending this theater each week, will receive absolutely free a fascinating 12-piece kitchen cutlery set, 1 piece each time. It is really interesting and amazing to know how you can prepare your meals in an appetizing and pleasing manner. There's an old saying, and a true one, that what is pleasing to the eye is bound to be pleasing to the appetite. I'm going to demonstrate this set to you, and I want you to watch it very closely. The first cutter that I'm going to show you, now this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out. Place the handle in the center and twist it out. This is what they call a French curl. When you fry these, they come out like donuts, nice and brown. Serve them with your steaks or pot roast them. Unwind it, there's 2 curls out of the 1 potato. Tomorrow morning for breakfast, wind a little strip of bacon around the potato and serve them with bacon and eggs. They're delicious. Different colored vegetables, wind them together and you get the 2 colors. Here's a little trick cut. Split the curl halfway through the center. If you're making a shrimp salad and you happen to run short of shrimp, mix these in with the regular shrimp. On my word, you couldn't tell the difference until you start to eat them. Now the rest of the potato, you stuff it. We'll call this a little chicken. We'll call this here some hamburger. You might have a little meat that's been laying in the ice box for a few days. Chop the meat up fine, season it highly, stuff it into the center of the potato and bake them with the skins on. When they're done, cut them in 2. Serve them on the half shell just like that. Serve them in slices when company calls. The more company you have, the thinner you cut the slices. If your mother-in-law calls, give her a beak piece like that. Now the second tool in the set is known as the garnishing knife. Everything you cut with this must come out fancy. Watch this, please. You cut down, you turn the potato, and then you cut through the edge. First one way, and then the other. Sweet potatoes cut like this, drop them into a little batter of pancake flour and fry them. When they're golden brown, sprinkle molasses on them. Serve them with strips of bacon for breakfast. Why, they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other. Cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a thick slice, close to the top for a thin slice. Saratoga chips, you can make them for 3 or 4 pennies a pound. Just pull the blade towards you like this. If you want the slices thicker than this, open the blade, there's a thick slice. Shoestrings for your Friday fish dinner, cut them down like this. Chop them up for your vegetable soup. What this knife is really intended for is for cutting the cabbage. You know the old-fashioned board, how you rip and tear, sometimes nipping the ends off your fingers. Lay it flat and pull it lightly towards you over the cabbage. The weight of the knife across the cabbage is all that's necessary. Why, ladies, when you get slaw cut as fine as this, you'll certainly appreciate eating it. The crowning feature of the set is the cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champion Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this into a little flour so it doesn't stick to the dough, and as you roll it over the dough, that will cut the noodles in long strips, 10 at a time. Did you ever try to chop up a little nuts for cake? Why, I've seen ladies chop nuts and the nuts land up on the ceiling. Sometimes you chop the ends off your fingers. When you want to chop up a little nuts for cake, cooked meat, clams for chowder, soup greens to throw into your soup, making a little pepper or chicken hash is just a few strokes rolling it up and down. Why, here is without a doubt the meanest thing in the world to cut parsley. Put that in a grinder, you really grind it too fine. Put that in a grinder instead of crushing the parsley, cuts it quick, clean, and dry, leaving every bit of the juice and every bit of the flavor. Now, to clean this machine, you press the button. Rinse it out in a little water. When you're through using it, hang it up and let it dry. Here's one here that every lady should have in her home, known as the Parisian scoop. You lay it flat, once to the right, once to the left. When you scoop them out, you'll get a perfect round little ball. You can pot roast these, cut them out of cheese or cut them out of butter. When you're serving a fruit cocktail in the summertime, take your fresh cantaloupe, scoop them out like this, mix them with apples, pears, and watermelons, makes a delicious fruit cocktail served with a little cracked ice like you see here. But here's a tool, ladies, if you ever do get it, you'll thank the day you've seen this demonstration. When you press, it locks. It's like a pair of human hands. Reach in the oven and take the biscuits out of the oven. Ever take the hot potatoes out of the oven and burn yourself on the elbow? A roast chicken out of the oven, a piece of meat out of the pot, spinach, asparagus out of the water. Why, around canning season, when you're preserving the fruits, to take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just hit it down like that. That knocks all the food out. Rinse it out in a little water and hang it up and let it dry. Now, here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife, so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go around the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now this tool here, my dear friend.
Evening, everyone. How we doing tonight? What's new? See a few of you hanging out in chat already. Welcome in, everyone. Got streamers going as usual. Gonna be doing sort of a simple refrigerator clean out. Not real fried rice for dinner tonight. We're gonna do some shrimp with them, but we're gonna do chicken stock for the rice. Do some onion, some celery. We got all the herbs still kicking around. We got some bacon that we can maybe throw in there. A whole bunch of stuff that we can use up to get going. And actually, I don't think I'm even going to... I have a sweet onion that I chopped up earlier this week. We'll use that for... Chop that up for guacamole. So, we'll do that. Use up that for tonight as well. So yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Welcome in, everyone. Finish here with defrosting my shrimp. I was just straining them off as the timer was counting down. And we'll get started doing, well, first we'll rinse this pan out to get it out of the way. But we'll start by doing rice, because we need to make our rice, and we need to cool it back down. Welcome in, Car Guy. How you doing tonight? Using a big pot here is still smaller than flooding my whole sink here to defrost the stock and the shrimp. So we'll give this a quick wash up. I changed up the scramble game a little bit, mostly in the timing. It's still going to show up once every 6 minutes, but now it's going to give you, I think, 2 minutes to join in, and I think it's going to be 4 minutes to try and guess. And the timeout is no longer, there's no timeout anymore, or cooldown. So rice. And to start off with making this untraditionally, we're going to use the wrong type of rice. I'm going to use basmati. And I'm supposed to be measuring that. I don't know why I just tried to throw that straight in the pan. Sorry about that. And it is generally a good idea to rinse your rice. I have not noticed a great advantage to doing it with this brand. And so I'm going to skip that tonight. But the vast majority, I mean, that's a Californian rice. It's not traveling a huge distance to me compared to, say, something that's been on a ship. and been rolling back and forth and in a big sack and all grinding together, you can imagine that causing quite a bit of starch powder over the trip. And so you get the rice coated and essentially itself ground up. And so, good idea to rinse your rice most of the time. I'm going to trust it this time without. And do I actually want to... Let's measure this to be... Hello, Traffic. And no to racism. And derpander. Hello, everyone. We're doing some refrigerator clean out fried rice tonight. We're just getting started. Not quite enough there. That's defrosted. We got a nice little ice cube in the center. But the rest will do with water. Fan on low. Get a flame going on that. See how we do here in a couple minutes. You too know to racism. I'll leave you over here. We got shrimp here to deal with a little bit later. And we got some more chicken stock. Gonna do... We got our onion already chopped. So it's gonna be actually a pretty quick dinner here tonight, I think. We got onion. We got leftover mushrooms from yesterday. I don't really want to put the sweet potato in there, but we do have the brick of bacon. You can throw some herbs in here. We got some parsley around here. That's definitely not traditional for this. And we still have some cilantro too. We'll use up all that goodness. I'm not going to put lettuce in there. Let's do some celery. And I think I got a couple of carrots hanging out here. Or a carrot hanging out here. A carrot hanging out here. We'll see how... Eesh. I think we'll skip him. He's been hanging out for a little bit. Thank you, Huberman. How you doing this evening? Yep, 8th and thankfully last year in a row, because I'm getting just wiped with the amount of prep and stuff, and yeah. Nice. Yeah, I finished off my wine yesterday too. We'll take our cutting board here that I'm probably going to have to ditch here soon because it's starting to split. And I can't keep it like that. It'll get stuff inside of that little crevice and never come back out. Add a little bit of bacon to this tonight. Do we want to do 2? Let's do 2 slices. But yeah, we're going to cut that down a little bit here. It's been a while since I've had some cola. Not a big soda drinker anymore. Every once in a while. I got on a kick on it last year for a little while there, but other than that, I haven't drank much soda in years and years and years. Basically since I moved out west. Why are you still out here? We got water from me? Nope. Can also get this going. What do I have underneath the eggs there? Oh, the cheese. But even still, I'm not a huge cola fan, even when it comes to soda or pop. We got this coming to a boil here. Take that off the heat. We'll switch over to heating this guy. Just add in all that goodie. Allow that to render down like we did with the lentil soup the other day. We got some white onion. Tonight could be a short stream here. I am not going to try and extend things out here much tonight. But I will be back here on Sunday. Be doing meat pies. At least I think that's the schedule. And we have the vote going in the Discord right now between taro root and Pedialyte. Which Taro's got the early and popular late. I sort of think Pedialyte's going to be a little bit harder to use. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Well, there's a number of things they like using that for, but it's really just to add sugar and acid to a dish most of the time. Let's do our battle. It is battle time. Oh, after I update, apparently. Oh, come on, Stream Raiders. We're going to have to wait for you to extract and load all this stuff. Which tonight, it's Friday night. It's their big patch night. We're getting all the new flag bearers of the associates and partners of Stream Raiders loading in there. Although there's actually supposed to be a big patch coming here on Monday, too. Not sure what all is going on with that. But there's going to be some changes here on Monday to Stream Raiders, too. Not sure why I'm getting that beeping in my ear every once in a while. Hopefully you guys aren't getting that beep or chirp every 30 seconds or so. Hey, Tahiti lady. Welcome in. Alright, let's do our battle. Give the bacon a stir here while we're destroying all those factories. Bacon! Victory! I guess I just took all the kills there, guys. Sorry about that. Head Mama Bear and Ozmeth getting the scrolls and gold. And, yeah, I think it's, green chest time here. Loyalty chest. If you guys only occasionally join in, this is one to join in for. There we go. Start my rogue up off of there. We'll want a couple melee and archers here. Do a little cleanup. Rogues up in the two corners here. Seems to be what works best here with this map. Go back to our beautiful bacon. This is getting all nice and crispy here. Nope, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's try that. I'm going to turn the heat off there and just allow this to coast. Also change that here. There we go. Okay. Celery. First cut in the tops. Oh. Oh, what? Oh, my. That shouldn't be having a cooldown right now. Let's try that. Oh. It should be able to work now if you do it now. I took that. Apparently, it didn't save the removing cooldown. Should be off now. Nah, it's using up refrigerator leftovers night. Parsley and cilantro. Definitely not fried rice typical candidates. Though technically I could have probably saved the parsley for Sunday with the meat pies, because I'll probably need more parsley for that anyways. Somewhat tempted to do a Vegemite gravy for these pies that I'm planning on Sunday. I haven't fully meshed it out yet. Are you guys getting chirping and stuff in your ear? Or off of the audio here tonight? Because I'm getting like noise from the filter, I think. But I had the filter pretty low. Okay, it may be the fact that I've dropped this earbud in the oven, too. Live without the stems there. Not a big fan of it. It doesn't sound tasty to me. Not a fan of lithium. I doubt it tastes yummy. Quick rough chop on those couple leftover mushrooms. Turn the heat back on over here. Actually, no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna cool down our rice here first. Start by fluffing it up in the pan here. Sheet pan and parchment. Rice. actually think I'm a bit happier with this rice than the... I was really happy with how the KFC rice came out, as far as a simple dish for someone to be able to replicate and create a larger meal out of their already decent-sized chicken dinner. But I'm happier with the way this rice cooked than the other one. I think the rice in the KFC was a little overcooked. Now I think you're on the right track there. I think you're starting with a C with this one. Just gonna sit there and try all of them until it works. Babako. Let me look up the... Oops. No, that wasn't what I wanted. This fruit, so it's a type of fruit, indigenous to Ecuador, ranges from 8 to 12 inches long and about 4 inches in diameter. The skin, which is entirely edible, turns from green to golden yellow as it ripens. Babaco is best eaten raw. Contains triple the amount of papain than found in papaya. Papain is a, at least I don't know, I'm forgetting exactly what it is, but it is used for tenderizing meats, for breaking down proteins. Let's see, I lost my place on there. And it is a good source of vitamins A and C. We're going to jam the rice here into our freezer. Hey, Rhino. Hey, you gotta join in at the beginning of the scramble in order to... Enzyme? Oh, enzyme. Yes. Yes. Okay, so now that our rice is cooling down, we can get started with the rest of our stuff here. And, yeah, we'll leave it in there. I was thinking of straining some of the fat out, which... Yeah, let's go with the onion first, even though the celery is slightly larger. I'm okay with a little crunch from the celery. I'd much rather onion cook through. Wait for the pan to warm up again. Right on the edge there, I can see it trying to sizzle. It's trying to do something. Little wiggles here and there. Yes, Rhino. It is multi-languaged. and or languages, and but all food related for the most part, or at least food industry. Somewhere in the ballpark of 1,400 words. And so this is sort of my home hack way of doing fried rice, continuing and letting you guys know how this is not traditional. I'm cooking everything ahead of time off to the side. We're going to sort of just toss this together in a bowl instead of what is truly traditional. Oh, we're going to finish it in a wok, but traditionally you would start off with doing this all in the wok. So it would be all very quick process of just quick high heat, quick toss, and then you already have your rice ready, unlike me, and you can just push it all in there with the egg. Done deal. Out in a minute and a half, maybe. Add in our mushrooms from before. These are some leftover maitake scraps. And celery. Nice Tahiti lady. What are you making tonight? What's on your menu? Pinch of salt, black pepper, salt and black pepper, not black pepper. Yeah, you find black pepper there. Though they're equally just as likely to throw in a little seasoning powder, better known as MSG over here. Or Ajinomoto. Mexican chicken thighs, rice, and tamales. Mexican because of how they're spiced. Chickens from Mexico. Nice. Cooked in salsa. Good quick way to give it some nice flavor. Wow, Rhino quick with that. Where is my wok? Is it still hidden back there somewhere? Yep. Okay, I'm going to cut the heat on that and just let that coast. Then we have my sort of home kitchen wok. This is not your typical wok. It also hasn't been cured because it's, I believe it's stainless, isn't it? Yep, stainless. But the major thing here is this has got this big, thick puck of metal that I'll heat up. So instead of having a high heat flame, we've got a really hot pan that we can use. Nice, Ripsis. Welcome in. Yeah, I've certainly had better years. But I think that's all ready to be taken off of the heat. And so we'll put that in a bowl. Just to hold until I'm ready to mix in everything else here. Excuse me. I actually got all my hand towels cleaned. And so these are the hot ones, but they're the hot ones because they're the ones that are permanently stained. Or at least permanently stained the worst. That's why there's a giant stack of towels in the front too, because front stack is the clean stack. So we'll just let that hang out. Shrimp is about, 70% cooked there. It's not completely done. We're going to give it a little bit more heat, so I'm not too worried about that. Fair amount of herbage for this too. So we'll move this guy over here and allow him to cool before I clean him up. And heat you up, and let's use up the rest of this stock. Let's reduce this. How are we looking on our Stream Raiders battle here? Are we ready for that? Got another 5 minutes. So this is chicken stock that I made here on stream back in, I believe it was August? September? August? And we're going to reduce this down considerably. I'm going to get that thing cranked. Because we don't want a ton more moisture in there, but do want the flavor. Also we got to cheat on a couple other things here too that I forgot. Let's get those going too. We got some peas and carrots here in the freezer that we can throw in with that. I'll put that on the... Peas are trying to become not IQF. One of those silly acronyms that gets stuck in your head when you're ordering food. Individual quick frozen. I hit this with another pinch of salt. That one's pretty easy. Rice is cooled down. Let's whip up some eggs. There are ways, but the international ones will trip those up. Which is why I made it a multilingual guess. Don't love the way that yolk looks. I don't know if you guys can see there, but it's sort of like it's broken when it's not broken. So odd looking. Focus. Practically touching it to the egg. Nice, Rhino. Okay. So we can stream that in pretty easy. It's broken up a bit. We're mostly waiting on our stock to reduce a little bit here. And we'll wrap things up here. We'll make it a quick 1 hour stream here tonight. Real quick stream tonight. And I'd do something else, but I'm... It's been 8 days straight. Nice. Battle time. Just me? No one came to help me this time? I'm gonna die. So gonna die. Boo. We're gonna give that one another try. It's a loyalty chest battle. You guys all want to join in on this one. And so this is obviously going to be the last one of the evening. Basically only doing this one because we're repeating it. We're basically wrapping up here tonight already. Quick night tonight. This was not my intention to be this quick with this, but get a little nice color on that corn. Hey, Pew! How was your Among Us games earlier? I saw you were streaming. And so I'm actually reducing this down until it's almost nothing. Pull our rice back out here. So we got our rice here from earlier. I'm doing lovely, Pew. A little tired and wiped. Sort of happy that, on one hand, that dinner is wrapping up quicker tonight, but on the other hand, 8 days straight, it's been a little rough with keeping up with everything. Feeling sorry for my cutting board right now. It needs some love. So, take Saturday off and be back here on Sunday. Have a refreshed approach. Oh! Welcome, Raiders! How is everyone? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for Raid Metro. Hello, everyone. Hey, Courtney. Hey, I'm Lukewarm. My boy Robin. How's everyone doing tonight? Since you guys were all playing Stream Raiders, I do have a Loyalty Chest Stream Raiders battle going on right now. Should be a good one to join in. Thank you guys for joining in. Doing a quick stream here tonight. We're basically almost wrapped up. We got all of our goodies here for our fried rice. We've got some onion, some white onion, some celery, some peas, some carrots, or some peas and corn. We've got shrimps and some bacon. In here we got some chicken stock reducing down to next to nothing. And over here we've got some eggs ready to go in our rice. It's just shrimp, Metro. The only thing that's in it is the shrimp. You can do this without shrimp. You could do this with chicken, alternatively. And I will say once again, this is not traditional fried rice. Just in case we got any purists or anything along that line, I would never be throwing these herbs into fried rice. Normally we got parsley and cilantro in here tonight. This is going to be a real light, fresh version of fried rice by comparison. So I'm going to sort of use the rice to my advantage here in the parchment and sort of bunch that up so it's easy to throw in the pot all at once. Yeah, it's at home multi-step, not in front of a real wok fried rice. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. And why you should drink alcohol instead of water. So we'll add our rice in there. And I guess we'll use this guy. Best for this is if you got one of those ladle spoons, which I don't have, because you can just mash that rice nicely curved against curved edge. It's great for breaking up rice in a pan. Add a bit of soy. That poured a bit quicker than I intended, but I think we're okay. Yeah, we're alright. This is definitely cooking slower than it would normally, because cast iron or woks are usually on a giant flame. Usually use more heat and more flame to them than typical home has coming into the house. Add in all of our veggies here. Bring this all up to heat until it starting to pop a little bit. We want this sizzling a little bit. Drizzle in our eggs. Such a waste. We used to take, if you work in kitchens, you're familiar with the blue towels. Essentially, if you're working with most of these laundry services, they have blue towels that are the stained and nasty old towels that they don't really just expect to come back. And we used to take those, slice them in half, completely not caring about them, and wrap them around our handles for our handles every night on the woks when I was working wok stations. Because even with this handle being hollow, it is ripping hot. And last, let's throw in the herbage. Cut the heat. Well, yeah and no. Huberman. Nice view. Got a hammock outside. You know, just saying. Nice. Well, thank you for that follow, Phase Daniel. Appreciate you guys joining me. Gonna make tonight a sort of a quick stream here. Let's take a photo of our deliciousness for the Instagrams, the Discords, and all that. Do have the vote still going in Discord. That's going to be going until Monday. That's between Taro Root and what's losing to Taro Root? Complete blank. Oh, Pedialyte. That should be... I'm surprised that you guys aren't all voting for Pedialyte. I mean, it's like electrolyte water. What the heck am I going to do with that for dinner and dessert? But y'all want me to work with Taro, I can do that too. Take a quick photo here. Sure, FD. Let's see who we can give a raid to here tonight. Pass on some love here from Metro. Let's see if we can't keep you guys hungry here. Oh, I'm sweating like mad. Wow, there's someone we can go hang out with. She's a lovely streamer who has raided us in the past, and she is doing breakfast. So let's go join her and see how she's doing this evening. Like to thank you guys for joining me. This sort of concludes my 8-day straight start to this year. Going back to my normal 3 nights a week. Gonna be doing hopefully British style. I'm not hugely experienced or knowledgeable in it, but I'm gonna try my best. Do a fresh peas and mash with maybe a Vegemite gravy and a beef pie, hand pie. So that'll be Sunday night. And back here on Wednesday then with the winner of the Discord vote. Either the Pedialyte or the Taro Root. So thank you guys for joining me. Let's go hang out with Hook'em on Health.